And as a reminder, the Mystic Water boosts Water-type moves by 10% in Generations 2 and 3, and by 20% in Generation 4. So now there's one more step to go before I get a Milotic, and it is Berry Blender! So, obviously you want to do the Berry Blender at this table, since that's where the best Pokeblocks are made. And, okay, let's see what she has to give her an explanation. Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Stop saying, oh dear! You're annoying me! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Okay, now, let's get started. And yeah, the explanation was a bit vague, but you'll get a better understanding of what I mean, of what she meant, rather, because I didn't say a damn thing. I was just saying, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 0. So you gotta press the button when the arrow points at you, and the closest you are to getting it right, the better of a result you get. If you miss, you get an X. If you're close enough, you get a circle, and even if you're right on the spot, you get a bullseye. Come on, let's go. Come on, stop getting X's. I'm sucking real bad at this. Come on. Wow, LPer's curse and Berry Blender. Never would have thought this would happen. And the rankings don't really mean much because blending berries is a team effort more than anything. So now I gotta do this like 11, 12, 13 more times. Hopefully it'll be better. So I'll be right back. And you see all those sparkles around that Feebas? When you got a full circle of those, that means Feebas cannot eat any more Pokeblocks. So now that, well, I imagine that its beauty stat is high enough, but I'm not going to go evolve it quite yet because it turns out I forgot 2 buildings on my tour of Lilycove. I'm not kidding. I spent like half an hour visiting every nook and cranny of the city, and I still forgot 2 buildings. Yeah, feel free to point and laugh. And are they all saying the same thing? Looks like it, so I'm just gonna go talk to these 2. When my wife gave birth to quadruplets, you bet I was shocked, but isn't that the kind of thing that you're able to know before giving birth, usually? Are you traveling alone? Well, there's this Scott guy who keeps stalking me, so I can never be sure I'm alone at any time. Me, I'm a master of Pokeblocks. Wow, great modesty here. Boost special attack, drops attack, great nature. So let's see what she has to say about Pokeblocks. Even though I already told you everything, they are rated on how they feel. Yes, indeed. The lower the feel rating, the better it is. Because if you give better Pokeblocks to your Pokemon, they'll be able to eat more of them. So the sparkles on the condition screen won't build up as quickly. And if you want to make smooth Pokeblocks, use different kinds of berries. Yeah, because if the smoothness of a berry is higher, then the stat that corresponds to the Pokeblock will raise more quickly as well. So that's why you want to aim for a low feel rating and a high smoothness. Although there never seems to be too much variation in the smoothness and feel rating of the Pokeblocks that you make. For example, I made like 13 or 14 Pokeblocks, and they all had a feel of 21 and a smoothness of 23. So, you might recognize this building from a slate port. Oh! I thought no one would mention the Sky Pillar until, the Cataclysm arc, but I guess this completely ruins the point of one rant I was planning on doing later in the game. Well, not quite, because you still only hear that name one time from a random NPC that you could just as well have skipped. Anyway, as I said, you can remember this building from Slateport. It's because later on in the game you'll be able to go to Slateport using a ferry from this place and vice versa. So you can go quickly from Slateport to Lilycove. But of course there's also the fact that there's a Fly HM, which makes this completely redundant. However, you can also go to the Battle Frontier from this building once you beat the Elite Four. Alright, well, I visited Lilycove in its entirety for good this time, so now it's about time that I evolve that Feebas of mine. Yeah, against the level 28 Mighty Anna, it's not gonna stand much of a chance. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna send out a Blaziken for this. Yeah. double kick should easily do it, especially since Feebas absorbed that Intimidate drop. Swagger, whoops! Well, guess I'm gonna use a flute because I don't want to remove half of my HP because I was too ballsy and decided to double kick while confused. Okay, this is the yellow flute that removes confusion, so basically what that Mightyena gave me was a free two level boost to attack. I got for that flute, so I guess double kick, and yeah, only one kick was enough. That each kick is 30 power, so I just completely decimated that thing. And Feebas grew to level 6, only one level? Well, but anyway, I'm not gonna complain because after all the effort I have put in getting this guy, I am glad to announce that my 4th party member is now a Milotic. And when I say it took a lot of effort and planning, I am not kidding, because right from the beginning of the game I had to get the right trainer ID to be able to get wiki berries. That says a lot. Just gonna check how much experience it needs to level up, because it only gained 1. Well, looks like this is gonna be a rather long moment of grinding then. And I'm done with grinding. My Milotic is now at level 32. It took quite a while, I'm not gonna hide from it, but at least it's done. So it can jump into battle now without getting its ass kicked in every single battle. It just learned Recover at level 30 as well, so this is a definite plus. Anyway, I asked you what I needed to get a painting of my Pokémon done at the museum, and I've had several conflicting versions. I've had people say that you need to beat a Master Rank contest. I've seen people say that you needed to beat a Master Rank contest with a high enough score, and I've seen people say that you need a high enough score and you don't actually need to win. So, as you can understand, I honestly have no clue which one is real. And obviously, this is a double battle in a dead end, so naturally there's gonna be an item right next to me. If there isn't, then I'm going to ask myself some serious questions as to why those two were put there to begin with. And since I'm going to pop that Milotic in a double battle, I might as well remind everyone that in this generation, Surf only attacks the 2 opponents. It doesn't attack the partner as well. Of course, else I would have gotten Blaziken the hell out of there. But yeah, in Generation 3 it only affected the 2 opponents, and the damage was spread in half between the 2. And nowadays in Generation 4, Surf affects everyone in battle, including the partner, but not the user, of course, and it hits for full damage for everyone, which is why it's not such a bad idea to pair it up with a water absorb Pokemon or something like that, even though it often means that you're gonna have, 2 water Pokemon out at the same time, and it's not something that I'm terribly fond of. But I'm not terribly fond of doubles, so then again, I'm not really sure of what works and what doesn't work in doubles. And there's a PP up. I was pretty sure there was an item behind those 2 trainers, too. Maybe there's another one down there. A rare candy! Wow, this is a real bonanza. Now, I don't have time for another battle, I think, but I saw those berries here, so I'm just going to pick them up, and I'm going to head back into that forest over there, and I'm going to battle the 1 trainer that's left there next time. So, I am done with another triple program for today. That means 6 videos in 2 days. That is something that very rarely happens, so don't get used to it too much, okay?